Hi, Stamper fans. Welcome to another Make It Monday. Thanks for joining me, whether you're watching live on Facebook or if you're catching the replay on YouTube. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm Nan Gerlitz, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Bloomington, Illinois, and I'm here to help you connect with your people, whether that's gathering together to craft or you making handmade items to share with them. It's all about making and deepening those connections. So let's get to it. All right. First up, as usual, Friday night stamping. So Russ took away the win on this one. Like, I don't know, I think 3-1. He outnumbered his votes, outnumbered mine. And I was honestly surprised I got like any votes after I saw his card because I just love it. I love this yellow bird against the cabana. It's just gorgeous. And a really cool little fun fold he did. So this whole piece is woot woot. This whole piece is designer series paper. So this is the inside of it. And then this is the back side of it. And other side, whatever. And then he just popped a little piece of white in there for you to write on. So this is one of those cards that's really nice to give to somebody that you don't know very well and you don't know a lot of stuff to write. Always love those. Yeah, so, but this particular bundle is the Winterly Treetops is on the last chance products list, and it is low inventory when I checked this morning. Hello, Penny. And hello, Russ. I did not officially say hello to you. So, but this stamp set and the bundle, actually, the stamp set and the dies are all on low inventory, I believe. And mine was for the books. I also used a stamp set that is on the last chance products list. This one I don't think is on low inventory yet, but you never know. I also added in a My Small Business, couple of things from the My Small Business stamp set, which is also on the last chance products list. So, and I think this is the timber embossing folder, which is also on the last chance product list. So look at all the cute things you can make with things that are going away soon. So make sure you're checking out that list in my online shop. So there you go. All righty. So congratulations, Stamper Man Russ. He's on a roll. Okay, so tonight is the, let's see, it's the first week of the month. First week of the month means take a sip. Stamps, ink, and paper. It's simple card making. I do have a couple more versions of stepped up versions of tonight's cards that I will show you at the end, so make sure you stick around. But tonight we are using the Love and Strength stamp set. I will say I like to feature stamp sets that don't have coordinating dies or punches or anything like that when I do these take a sip cards, because sometimes I feel like these get overlooked sometimes because they don't have something that coordinates with them. And maybe sometimes you're like, I don't know what I would do with that if I don't have a die cut or a punch or something, right? So I'm going to show you what you can do with it. So love to use these standalone sets. Okay, so we are only using one ink pad tonight, and that is our basic gray. So talk about simple. So I'm going to show you a little trick here first on, and I'm going to just preview this by saying I've got fussy cutting tonight. So just prepare for it now. And I will say I was in the, oh my God, I hate to fussy cut camp for so many years. And it has just gotten so much easier the more I've done it. So just, you know, just like anything else, practice, right? So what I want to do is I want to stamp this flower, but I mostly want, I mostly want the leaves and the stem on this lemon lime twist, right? And I want to do 3 of them. So I want to make sure that they are kind of, for the most part, lined up. And actually, I'm going to use my grid paper kind of strategically here tonight. Right, yeah. So the cool thing about the grid paper, and I know you can't see it from that distance, is it's got a ruler on all 4 sides, right? So on this bottom side, that's by me, it goes from 1 to 16, or 0 to 16, I should say. And up this right side, up the left side, it goes from 0 to 10. But on the other two sides, it starts in the middle at 0 and counts out. So it's really nice. It's got a bit of a darker line here at the 0. It's really nice to use your strategery. That's right. It's really nice to center things. So if I'm going to do 3 images, I want the first one to be pretty close to center, right? So I'm going to ink up the entire stamp, and I am going to pick a line up here, or I could, the way I happen to have this on here, nope. All right, I'm going to pick this line just below the cardstock. Sorry for my little bit of flightiness there. I was feeling floopy. Okay, so I've got my whole stem and all my flowers or leaves. Don't worry about that flower. We're going to cover that up. So we're going to ink that up again, and I'm going to line it up with that same grid line, because now they will be right in line with each other, and I won't have one higher than the other or anything like that. If you don't want to get this futsy, I don't even know if that's a word, but I use it all the time. If you don't want to get that futsy, then do it purposefully, like on an angle or up and down, whatever, so it looks more purposeful instead of, oops, you didn't line that up right. All righty. So we've got those all lined up. I like it. It's good. I'm also going to, while I've got my gray out, I'm going to take the little heart from in here and do this is a landscape card. Do the inside of my card. Just going to do a couple of little hearts down here in the corner. And hearts don't have to be pink or red. They can be gray. You could always color it in if you're feeling fancy. But I know I'm already throwing fussy cutting at you and coloring. Hi, Lucia. All right, so that's the inside of our card. We've got our stems and leaves all lined up. I've pre-stamped my little flowers. And so just like this, I just want the flowers parts of this. So we're going to fussy cut. So I'm also going to tell you that if you have fussy cut and you don't like your results, one of the things I'm going to suggest is you get the paper snips or something else with a very short blade, because that makes a big, big difference when you are fussy cutting. I'll tell you that. Let's see here. So first I'm going to just cut these apart so I don't have extra cardstock getting in my way. And I like to come in like not on the corner of something, but kind of in the middle. Sometimes when I fussy cut, I will leave a border around everything, but this one I want to be pretty much right up to the lines for the piecing kind of element I'm going for. So that's also true if you're like stamping something on designer paper and then cutting it out. You want basically to not leave that border around it because you want it to look like you stamped it that way. So while I am fussy cutting, because this will take a moment, I wanted to tell you all what's going on this weekend. I get to see my buddy Penny. This weekend, Stampin' Up! Is, or at least our region of Stampin' Up!, I don't know if all of them are, but they are holding an event about an hour away from me. I'm very excited. And my buddy Penny and my buddy Chris are both coming down for it. And we are all going to hang out on Saturday all day and stamp and see new things and probably get freebies and laugh and snack and all sorts of things. And then, hey, Joan. Right? I know. Seeing Penny is an awesome thing, let me tell you. And then we're going to stay overnight, and we're doing a shoebox swap at night with Stampin' Up! And everything. So very excited. I still have to plan my shoebox swap. But it's been a little while since I've seen either Penny or Chris. So, and I know at least I get to chat with Penny online, but Chris has been super busy. Her daughter they just had her bridal shower Saturday, over the weekend. So she's got a little breather before the wedding. So it'll be nice to get away and just have some girl time, have some stamping time. That's not, oh, I got to go put the laundry in or anything else, right? Just like I can't do anything else. I'm just going to be stuck in a hotel with thousands of stampers. It'll probably be hundreds of stampers. But yeah, so I was very excited about this event because I did not have the opportunity to go to on stage this year. I think I had mentioned it in my newsletter because we had our big trip to Alaska last summer, and it's just another big trip was not in the cards with airline and all that kind of stuff. So, so I was very excited when Stampin' Up! Announced this event. They're having a couple of them in the area, so it'll be like a little mini on stage, probably without so much prize patrol, which is a bummer. But that's okay. Then Russ won't feel so bad that he missed it because he loves prize patrol. All right, so as I'm fussy cutting here, you want to make sure that you're just keeping the blade straight and you're just, keep squeezing it basically. Don't do chop, chop, chop. Don't do this while you're trying to fussy cut. You want to keep it smooth. And I'm moving the cardstock, not my scissors. That was the big thing for me. The big aha moment was because, we're so used to moving our scissors to cut around everything, right? But if you actually move the cardstock, it's much easier to get those little notches and corners and all that kind of stuff. All righty. The other thing about the snips is make sure they are clean. I did actually clean these with hand sanitizer last night, and they are much better. So that's another thing. If you're having trouble, make sure everything's clean and short blade and all that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Oh, you're so nice, Penny. You're going to print out a recipe. I think I'm just going to give them my name and have them figure it out. We'll see. Okay, let's assemble, shall we? So we're starting with a basic gray base. And another shout out to the Stamper Man because he helped me yesterday when I was planning this. I originally had the gray as the main layer and it was too dark, he said, which he was absolutely right. So we switched it up. And I do have to stamp my sentiment as well. So very happy with the result of this. Yes, Lucia, it does. Just when you finally figure it out, just move the cardstock, not the blades, not the scissors. It is a big difference. Okay, so as always, I like to tell you guys how to line up your greetings straight, pretty much anything straight, I guess, when they are red rubber and you can't see through them. And let me tell you, that label, I'm pretty sure, is crooked. So what I do is I like to line it up with my grid paper. I line my block up with a couple of grid lines so I know it's, right angles. You are helpful. Oh my. And then I do my best to line up the bottom of these words with one of these lines I can see through my block. And then when I'm done lining that up, I always do a double check on my grid paper. So I will ink it up and I will line it up with those grid lines, stamp it, and oh man, perfectly straight. I love it. That did not happen yesterday every time. So it's funny that it does happen on camera. But yes, very good. Okay, so we want this one to be way down at the bottom. So I'll get it close to where I want it, and then I will just line it up with a grid line. And there we go. Nice straight sentiment. If you have trouble stamping sentiments straight, even with these tips that I give you, what I would suggest is just, do it on a separate piece of paper and then trim the paper to be straight. I know Lucia likes to trim around her. She loves fussy cutting. So she likes to trim around her sentiments, which is another way to go. So, if you can't get it on the paper right, you can always do like a little tag or something like that. And that's easier to deal with, right? Okay, let's get that inside. I should also do a little shout out to Miss Penny. Happy National Library Week, because we both work at libraries during the day, our day jobs, if you will. And this is Bubble Bath, which is such a pretty little pink. And I love pink and gray together. And then we're going to pop our lemon lime twist layer down. There we go. I always lose the cap to my thing. Okay. Oops, no, not glue. Dimensionals. Thanks, Penny. Oh, I know, Lucia. I always tell people though, like the people that get your cards, the people that get cards in the mail, they don't like get a ruler out and check that your sentiments are straight, right? So as long as it's close. It's like, what is it? Close enough for jazz, right? I like jazz, so that works. So I am using mini dimensionals this time. I totally could use the larger ones, I'm sure, but I wanted to kind of get into the ends. And the minis, I will say the backings are harder to get off, I find, so I almost always use my take your pick tool for that one. So now I'm going to take those and I'm just going to line that up with the top of that flower that's stamped over there. All right. So I will say my library's got such quite a few fun things going on. Today was mismatched day, but I think that would have given me too much anxiety, so I did not mismatch today. But tomorrow is dress as your favorite illustrated character, and I am just not sure what to do there. Voila! There is your very simple take a sip card, but it's got some dimension. That is one of the things I love. So if you are if you're keeping things simple or you don't have a lot of supplies or anything, dimensionals are a great investment because they really can just, make it look more homemade, make it look a little more special, and not just kind of flat and one-dimensional, right? So there is your basic card. And I have a stepped up version. And for this one, I added the hexagon punch. Instead of the lemon lime twist in a layer, I added punches, and then the petunia pop ribbon as well. So same concept, I fussy cut everything there, same sentiment, everything else. It's a little different. And then I went and added a couple of more things. So I grabbed the, I think this is exposed brick. Can't really, there it is. So I dry embossed that pink layer. I added a layer of the petunia pop behind that. And then I also added these gems, the in-color gems in petunia pop. So if you like things a little more stepped up, there's your option with the same layout and the same fussy cutting and everything, same stamp set. I still did not, I brought out the big boss to emboss that cardstock, but otherwise just punch. So there we go. So what do you think of that? And Penny, are you willing to try some fussy cutting? I do love the petunia pop. And I was kind of struggling for what color to make that flower. And I brought my nice color wheel out actually. And across from lemon lime was petunia pop. So thanks, Joan. Thank you very much, you guys. So that is what I've got for you tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. Here's your reminder that if you picked up any tricks or tips, like those fussy cutting tips, make sure you either tag your besties or share the video with them, and they can get inspired too. Maybe you'll try. Okay. Right. Well, I will say, Penny, she has a very good point. Only if she has to make one card. I do not want to fussy cut all my Christmas cards, that's a little crazy, but I could do a couple, that kind of thing. So, all righty. Well, let me pop back up here. Also remember to check that last chance list. Products are going quickly, I would say. I know at least one of the in color ink pads is already sold out. The wild wheat cardstock is already sold out. I haven't checked it yet today because I got home from work and ate dinner and came down here. So, but yes, there's a few stamp sets at least that I own, and the Frosted Forest bundle is completely gone. So sad, sad things. Don't miss out. All right. Until next week, I am still Nan Gerlitz. Happy stamping.